Bars is back. Sam Ant. Oh God. What's up with you? Hip Hop Uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Hip Hop Uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Oh God, driving Sam Ant riding passenger side, and you heard it out the mouth of the greatest rapper alive.
Interested in promoting your brand, business, or talent on Hip Hop News Uncensored? Hit me up right now at advertise@hiphopun.com. That's advertise@hiphopun.com. Hit me ASAP. Very affordable rates now to our regularly scheduled.
When I went to London, they detained me for 10 hours. They kept me in the cell for 10 hours. I didn't do anything. I couldn't call my family. I think they did let me call my family one time to tell them that I was okay. And then I put up a little tweet, and they went and they had found the tweet. They had found my Twitter and everything, and were like, "We don't want you tweeting anything." And they like they were punishing me, and I had not broken any laws. So yeah, so they don't really play. I think Tariq Nasheed's banned from London. So it's like one of those things where they do have a real serious COINTELPRO kind of thing going on. It would not surprise me if something sinister did happen here. I don't think you can necessarily make that assumption, but the government does not have the benefit of the doubt. And I really am curious to know what happened to this young lady. And I think all of us should be concerned about that.
Right. Speaking of COINTELPRO, I got to transition into this because we talked about this one time before, the allegations against T.I. and Tiny, but he put out a song 5 days ago called This Is What We Come To. And he talked about the allegations against him being COINTELPRO 2.0, and he's accusing the women of extortion. Could you kind of go into that once again for our audience and talk about, T.I. now responding to the allegations saying, look, this is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, it's with T.I. and it's hard to it's such a complex thing for me to process just because I met Tip and I know people that know. I know a lot of people that know him, and he was one of my favorite artists. But with him being one of my favorite artists, I know his lyrics very, very well. Yeah. And I believe that there's authenticity in terms of his lyrical content. I don't think he's pretending to be the tough guy or pretending to be whatever he is. So what I say with T.I., it's like this, right? I don't doubt what he's saying about extortion. I don't doubt what he's saying about, money hungry gold diggers that are trying to hem him up and get paid off of this. I believe that is what's happening. I believe that's what's happened to him. I believe that's what's happening to Bill Cosby. That's very real. But it's one thing if I try to extort you by accusing you of something that you didn't do versus extorting you by accusing you of something that you did do, right? If I'm blackmailing you, for example, do I believe that Bill Cosby did some things to women he shouldn't have done? Yes, I do believe that. But again, I also believe in justice, which means I believe in proof and evidence. So it ain't what you know or what you think, it's what you can prove. And that's why I believe Bill Cosby should not be in jail. But it's not because I think Bill Cosby's a wonderful, innocent guy. I don't think he is. The same thing with T.I. It's like, unfortunately with hip hop, which I think also was part of a COINTELPRO operation to get black men to engage in criminal behavior so they could fill up their prisons back when Bill Clinton built all those prisons back in the 1990s. I think that T.I. unfortunately fell victim to this idea that when you're a rapper, you can do whatever you want. This weekend I hung out with Willie D and Scarface in the studio on their podcast. It's called Ghetto Boys Reloaded. And one thing Scarface was saying was he mentioned that, he said when I was younger, I could do whatever I wanted, and what I encourage black men to consider, the critical thinkers, is that just because somebody lets you do whatever you want, that doesn't mean you should do whatever you want. When I got married, I had a lot of guys that said, why would you get married? You can have you can have a whole gang of hoes, you can have all the women you want. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like that those thoughts wouldn't cross my mind. Right. But the thing is, though, you got people out here that are waiting for you to slip. You got people out here that, like Kevin Hart did the threesome, his buddy had the camera recording this, right? When you become a celebrity, people are watching your every move. And just because something's available to you, like a fat kid in the candy store, just because the candy's there don't mean you need to eat it. And I think that T.I. has probably, been involved in some scenarios that he probably wouldn't want seen by his children or known to the general public. And I think that there are women that maybe possibly weren't properly vetted, or maybe they later on became scorned, where they didn't realize that once somebody has something on you, you better be ready to take care of that person for life. Like if they got something, if they saw you doing dirt and you did dirt together and they were happy because you were taking care of them, giving them money, you're once you cut that money off, you're in danger because they can go back and then tell whatever story they want. Because remember, you're a black man. They can accuse you of anything, and people are going to believe that. So I think that what T.I. is saying is 100% correct. But I think anybody watching should sort of take this as a precautionary tale to say, when you're sitting there and you got 30 women accusing, stand up behind a lawyer, the best lawyers in the country, trying to take all of your family's wealth to ruin you in front of your children, who claim to even be trying to put them in jail. I don't think they're trying to do that. I think they're really trying to get the money. They're just pretending like they're trying to, pursue criminal charges. But that's all bullshit. I think they're just trying. It's all about the money. That's what they want. They want the money. But that does not mean that everything they're saying is not true. So I'm not here to judge or to say that, you don't have a right to live your life the way you want to. But I think if you go back and you listen to a song Ice Cube made in like 1998, it was called Ass Over Cash. And I think brothers should go listen to that song, because what Ice Cube actually says, and I think that, who knows, maybe this is why we're friends, because I think we get each other in this way, is that when you're a man, a powerful black man, you have to move in a certain way. You have to be very cautious and strategic about who you allow around you, what situations you get involved with, because you may end up with some problems that are not easily solved.
Good point. Let's kind of transition staying in hip hop into Diddy, though. You brought up, you put a quote up a couple of weeks ago. Is Diddy a political plant? Now, we had a conversation about Diddy. I don't know if it was one of the conversations we had, and you were praising him when it came to the letter that he put out to, what was it, corporate America, I believe, something like that. Mm-hmm. And we said that there are going to be a lot of people that had reservations. And now we're starting to see a little more about Diddy when it comes to that. And it's nothing that I'm not going to lie. I'm not surprised that this is coming out. It's something that I personally felt, but I would love to hear your thoughts. Why you put that out and what's your thoughts on that?
Man, Diddy is an enigma to me, because I think Diddy, unfortunately, while he's done some really great things, can be seen as the guy who's trying to play both sides of the fence. I think that, there unfortunately are some people that kind of take this pro-black thing or this grassroots revolution as an opportunity or something that they want to connect to and get along with, in order to maintain their relevance, because they don't want the people to come eat them too, and so with Diddy, I think that I don't remember exactly what the thought was that led me to question his original position. I liked his letter to corporate America. It sounded really good. But then later on, after kind of seeing more things happen, I began to question who exactly Diddy supports. I think the brother on TD Hip Hop News or something like that kind of made some good points about how he seemed to feel, and I don't disagree with him, that this whole conversation about corporate America is designed to take attention off of the inactivity of the Biden administration, that the Biden administration is being covered for by certain people in the black community. And not just the Kamala Harris types, but also some of the celebrities also who are saying that that Biden is doing. I think was it Tamika Mallory went on the Breakfast Club and said Biden was doing a good job for black people and everything else. And this is the kind of stuff we have to kind of smoke out.